Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to another video. So today we are going to be doing our weekly market analysis and we're going to be seeing a lot of the same, but there are some new things that I did want to talk about. But before we get to it, like, comment, and subscribe. Every little bit helps. And don't forget as well, we do have the Discord, and of course, we're always just trying to help each other out there. That's the reason for the Discord. I'm not trying anything special in there aside from just trying to help each other out. If you have investment ideas or suggestions, you're welcome. Um, so yeah, we're gonna be starting out with the Phantasmal Flames booster box, and it is currently sitting at $308 market price. Of course, these are all pre-sale prices. But I did want to talk about Phantasmal Flames because we are 2 weeks away from its official release. And, I thought this box was going to release at $350. And being that we are in this lull, it's gone down to $307 at pre-sale. And typically it'd be a lot higher than this. I think Mega Evolution at this point was at like $350. And it's very, very important to note that we are in a lull, in a correction. And so for that reason, it is at $307. Now, we are assuming, most people are assuming that because we are in this correction phase, that the prices will drop even further, especially since Phantasmal Flames will have two waves. And hopefully it does, right? But there is something to consider. The cards within Phantasmal Flames are already selling on eBay for enormous amounts. The Charizard SIR at a raw condition, raw, it is $1,250. I've even seen them at $1,500, $1,550. I think I've even seen them for sale at $1,700, whatever it is. These insane prices. Here we go, $1,700 sold today. These prices are going to hold up that box price if it stays that way. If these prices of the SIRs do stay at these prices, of course, 1,700 to 1,250, that's a huge gap. But if they stay with like that 1,250 to 1,300 range, it's going to be insane. Like this box will be expensive just because of the value of this card. Now, aside from that, it's not only the SIR, it's also the full art that has a decent value. These are all Japanese, and this Japanese Charizard is at $60. I'm pretty sure I saw the English one at about $150 to $200. I'm trying to see if I get to it here real quick before we move on because I don't want to spend too much time scrolling on these cards right here. Well, it's not here, which is fine. But I did see them for about $150 to $200 just for the Charizard full art. Once again, this is all pre-sale, pre-release, I mean. So these prices are really inflated. But once again, just wanted to point out these prices are really, really expensive. They're actually more expensive than all the SIRs and gold cards that were released for Mega Evolution around this time. So just keep that in mind. All right, we're going to move forward to Mega Evolution, the enhanced booster box. It is currently sitting at $265 market price. It's been around that $260 range for a little while now. It did drop below 260, but that's really where it's been at for the last few weeks after the wave 2 hit. I think it's a nice place for it to be. It is a really nice set. The cards in it are doing really well. They're holding their value, and a lot of people like this box. And once again, we are going through still this correction phase. This correction phase seems like it's going to be sticking around for much longer than we thought. So we'll have to see what happens in the next few months with all these holiday sales that are going to come up with whatever TCG player event that shows up. That should boost up market prices because people are going to buy because you're going to want to use the incentive from the special that's going to come up on TCG Player. So it's probably going to increase sales. It's going to increase prices because sales are going to increase. So we'll see what happens when that comes around. But the Mega Evolution enhanced box sitting at 265. Now the non-enhanced is pretty close, which I still don't understand. It doesn't have a box topper, so the value should be much lower. At least whatever that box topper cost, this should cost that much less. If that Bulbasaur costs $30, this should be a $235 box, but it's at $260 right now, and I simply just don't get it. But it's sitting at $260 market price. Sales have been a little bit down for everything in comparison to where it was in that $300 range. It is now, you see the sales reduced right here, but that's what it is right now for Mega Evolution. I would not be buying the regular box because I believe the enhanced box just has more of an appeal to it. We're going to be looking on eBay and see what that looks like. We have, as of the 29th, we had a best accepted offer. It was $280. I don't know what the actual one is. I have given up using 130 point for a little while because it wasn't working. I might start using it again because I tried it out today and it started working. So moving forward, for these best accepted offers, I will have them for you guys. We have one here at $340 from the UK with a $43 shipping. That is crazy. I don't know why anyone would buy that. That's a horrible buy. $255 here on bids, $261 here on bids. I think we should be looking for something much more affordable than market price when we go to eBay and we're actually buying on auctions. $285 here on auctions, $7 delivery. So as of right now, you have a buy it now that was cheaper than an auction. It doesn't really make any sense, but that's what's happening. $255 as of today. Buy it now. $255 on the market. That's a really nice buy, but the bids are actually being pushed up to market, which makes absolutely no sense. Patience is key when it comes to eBay. I always recommend looking on eBay, looking on all platforms. Always make sure the prices correlate and you get the best price you could possibly grab. We're gonna move on to Black Bolt ETB. The Black Bolt ETB has still been in that same spot, really around $85 to $86. Nothing has really been changing for this, even though sales are starting to diminish little by little. They're actually really slowing down. The prices are remaining the same. I don't know if sellers are going to list them even lower. They probably will if the sales, if they slow down even more. They'll probably start undercutting each other, just like with every other product that we've seen out here. They'll start just selling them for even cheaper and cheaper. But as of right now, it's still at $85. White Flare did pull down a little bit at $79, but it's really been at $80. It had a little bit of a spike earlier here, but it's really been at $80 for some time now. White Flare, a little less desired than Black Bolt, but in my opinion, is just as good. You still got the Reshiram in there. You got the Victini. All of these cards have really nice values, which actually surprises me as to how these ETBs are only $80 to $85 between Black Bolt and White Flare. Both of them are really expensive when you look at the set value with the Reshiram, the Zekrom, each have the Victini, the Seismitoad and Black Bolt, and there's many other nice cards in White Flare as well. So I'm surprised they're still sitting at $80 and $85. Moving forward, we're going to be looking at Destined Rivals booster box. The Destined Rivals booster box for the last few weeks has been at this 380 range. We don't know what's going to happen. Sales, once again, are starting to slow down. We did have that little bit of product at the market. It pulled it down from $430 to that $380 range that we have right now. Do we get more waves? We don't know. Will we get more product? That's really what we're hoping for. We don't really have any information on that. Pokemon hasn't really disclosed anything when it has to do with reprints. They haven't really put anything out to the public like they did before, earlier this year at least. But Destined Rivals remains to be the top main set in the Scarlet and Violet era. It's definitely what you want in your collection. If you can get these, maybe you can make a deal, especially during these times where product just isn't moving as fast. People, once again, are going to want to undercut each other. They will make moves. They'll make deals. They'll work with you. But yeah, we're seeing here same thing. It's the cheapest we'll see here. I don't know if these are they're showing pictures, but sometimes they show pictures and they're damaged. But 362 here, 369. That'd be really nice if these are nice boxes. But once again, patience is key. We'll look on eBay to see what's there. On eBay, we did see this today with this horrible plastic here. This wrap is horrible. $453 with $52 delivery. That's a $500 buy. That's insane. That's not worth buying whatsoever. $460 again from the same shop. Kind of looks really suspicious that bids are being pushed up this high and it sold for $453. Why would anybody purchase these? To me, it looks suspicious. I would never buy this. This is over $100 over market. It makes absolutely no sense. So I don't get it. And there's another one here from the same place at $447. Once again, 434. We're gonna skip these. These look really suspicious to me. I'm not gonna lie. These are at a minimum $60 over market, and they're all coming from the same place. So once again, just be aware. We have another one right here at $400 right there. That's not too horrible. $20 over market. What else do we have here? I saw a few others. One at $409 there. So it looks like eBay, we're not really seeing any deals. We have one at $350 here. 47 reviews. 350 if this is legit would be great. We're not seeing too many deals being had here on eBay. So I guess the place to buy would have to be TCG Player. but I would prefer going to Facebook and not affecting market price, not holding market price up even more. I don't want to buy somewhere else where it doesn't affect the market, and it would allow me better entry points down the road. So that's that. Moving on. Journey Together Enhanced Booster Box. Journey Together was coming off of an all-time high of 265, retraced to 255, and then it is now back up at $259. Once again, we're not seeing more product for Journey Together show up. I haven't seen anything whatsoever. We're seeing booster packs show up in these collection boxes for the holidays. But aside from that, we have heard nothing about Journey Together booster boxes, which is absolutely insane because we got Destined Rivals reprints before we got Journey Together reprints. And of course, Journey Together came out first, which is crazy. We're looking at the non-enhanced box, still holding up at $256. It's been at that range for a little while. It took a little dip here for 250, but it was at 260 before that. Hit 260 again, and it is now at 256. Once again, no topper here. Some people believe that this one is going to be more scarce, but within the UK, this is actually the prominent box, and the non-enhanced is more scarce. So I don't know how product was spread out. I don't know how Pokemon planned it, but it looks like this might be an even amount of product that was put out there between the two. It was just spread out weirdly. But once again, no reprints for either of the two boxes whatsoever. Now we're going to head over to eBay and see what it looks like there. $245 here with $7 delivery. Under market here as of today. Great buy right there. We have another one here at $245 with no delivery. That's free shipping. Another one here at $254, free shipping again. All of these enhanced boxes, $240 with 7 shipping. All of these under market, which are great buys. Anytime you can save yourself a buck or two, it's a great time. $267 right at market, basically. Free shipping, not horrible though. Another one at $260, $9 delivery. $250, $240 here with $10 shipping. $224 with free delivery here. Great buy. $250 with $8 delivery. So yeah, it looks like eBay remains the place to buy for Journey Together. Of course, you're always trying to save some money and find yourself the best place to buy. eBay will be that place for Journey Together. Moving forward, Surging Sparks booster box. Surging Sparks has been a screaming buy for some time now, right? After I don't know what happened. Was it product that showed up? Because we've actually been at over 1,100 boxes for a very long time now with Surging Sparks. And after this correction, with all this product, maybe these sellers, these stores had too much product and they need to move them, and they started undercutting each other heavily. This box dropped from $300 to now $246. It did drop to the 230s, to like 235 range, and it is now at 246, but it is still a great buy. It is the second best main set in Scarlet and Violet, and it would be a great long-term hold, right? The set's great. We know what's in the set. It's been around for a while. We talk about it all the time. Surging Sparks is a great one to have, especially right now at $240 something. Looking on eBay though, once again, eBay being the place to buy. We have a sale here at $220 with $9 delivery. As a matter of fact, I was looking at some auctions today. We had auctions with an hour left, and the box was at $190. $190, guys. That's insane. To not take advantage of the auctions on eBay right now, currently with Surging Sparks, you're doing yourself really badly. Like, you're not doing yourself justice whatsoever. We have another one here, $225 with $11 delivery. Under market once again, we have $229 with $6 delivery. Let's see, we have one at $215, guys. This is what I'm talking about. $215 as of today. $215 with $12 delivery. That's 20 something dollars under market. That's 80, what is that? $85 down from the all-time high. Just what, a month ago, or maybe less than that, a few weeks ago. That is insane. This is what you want. This is what we want to see on eBay. When you go on auctions, this is what you want. You don't want to bid yourself up to market price. You're wasting your time. Come on. This is what we need. That's a great buy right there. $227, once again, under market, but there is an $18 delivery. It's not horrible, though. That is definitely not horrible. Right at market. $257 above market with $18 delivery. $214, once again, with $18 delivery. That's a great buy. Another one at $214 with $18 delivery. Another one at $218 with $18 delivery. Those are great auction buys right there. That's insane. That's exactly what we need to see from there. $247 here. That's best offer. Oh, no, that's actually just buy it now. $6 delivery. Not a great buy. $233 with 35 bids, $10 delivery. That's a great buy. Just under market. I wouldn't complain about that right there. Surging Sparks, once again, a great buy, a great hold for the long term. Moving on, Stellar Crown. We all know, I say it all the time, I don't really believe in Stellar Crown. There are some nice cards in there. I just didn't think that it would do so well long term. It's not like it's going to ever crash. It's still going to continue to appreciate. I just don't believe that it's going to appreciate as much as some others. But we don't know. Sentiment may change long term. This may be one of the favorite boxes long term. That 3-month chart is a little bit of a mess. It was at an all-time high of $286. It is now down to $284, just $2 down from the all-time high. Not bad for Stellar Crown. It's really, really close to $300. Will it hit there? Probably not. We're going through this big correction phase, so nothing is going to be moving so much in this market, and it's definitely not going to be a rising in price because of it. Looking on eBay now, though, we see them here being sold for $270, $10 on the market. We have another one here at $337 with 40 bids. That is insane. Why somebody would buy that, I don't know. That is not a great buy. But once again, you're still going to see better prices on eBay. $264 with $31 shipping. That's way too expensive for that. Keep moving forward. See what else do we see here. Those half booster boxes that keep popping up are really interesting. $255, about $30 on the market. That is not bad right there. $30 on the market is not bad for a Stellar Crown. $224 here. That's insane, but there is no feedback right here, so we don't know if this is a legit sale. We have one here at $245, best accepted offer, but this is September 4th. I don't know why the dates get mixed up. Look, we already have May 26th. We're going to leave this Stellar Crown eBay sold listings because it's not looking good. Twilight Masquerade booster box sitting at $308, down from the all-time high of $331. It has been coming down. It's been correcting in the last few weeks. $331 to $308. Not so bad. It's still a $300 booster box, a box that's still in print. It is a great box for the long-term hold, though. Will we get more reprints? We don't know. Once again, Pokemon has said nothing about reprints. There's nothing out there, at least nothing out to the public. And Twilight Masquerade is a great hold with that Greninja holding a great price. Even though it keeps going up and down in price, the Greninja is still doing really, really well. Looking on eBay now, $281 as of today with $13 shipping. Once again, going through the correction, people start undercutting. They start putting cheaper prices because they need to move product. $281 is amazing. That's a great buy. $274. Sorry about that because there's no reviews here. 0% feedback. We don't know if this is legit. If it was, that'd be a great buy at $275. $285 with bids. Not so bad there with free delivery. We have one here at $275 with $13 delivery there. What else do we have here? $310 above market, above its all-time high. Plus delivery is insane. That is crazy to be buying. I don't know who would buy stuff like this. Come on, guys. Use your heads. Use your heads. $285 with $13 delivery. Not so bad right there. What else do we have here? That's insane. $295 with $13 delivery. Going past the all-time high. Not actually, the all-time high was $330. Sorry. But we're above market. I don't know. I think we could have better buys, be a little more picky, especially in this market. This is the time to be picky. This is the time to realize that you don't have to rush to make a purchase because there are so many things that are lowering. They're just dropping in price. Moving on. Temporal Forces booster box. Now, Temporal Forces, a lot of the people that throw shit at this box. I like it. I like the set. There are a ton of IRs. I love the Raging Bull. I love all of the legendary dogs in this set. I like the Ghastly. There's so much good stuff in this set, in my opinion. So many good arts. The box has steadily kept growing. It keeps appreciating. It is now at $270. Most recently sold at $278. One of the few things that are actually continuing to grow. 278 here, 279, 279 before that, 279, 279, 279, 270. That's what it's really been for the last week. But this is one of the few things that keep actually going upwards at the moment. It's the only thing appreciating in value that we've seen so far in this list. But we'll see what we run into moving forward. Now, look at on eBay. We see one here on bids, $221 with $15 delivery, well below market. That's not so bad. But this plastic looks horrible. It might be part of the reason as to why they got it so cheap. What else do we have here? We have one at $260 with free delivery, 17 bids. Not so bad right there. This one looks pretty clean. What else do we have? We have one at $234. 0% feedback. I mean, some of these could be legit. We could have very, very new sellers. The box looks to be a little dented right here on the right. It's okay at $234. We have another one here in a much better condition for $235, $7 delivery. Not bad for that one right there. $265 free delivery. What else do we have? $233 free delivery right now. Not bad. I mean, the box looks a little slanted. I don't know what's going on with that right there, but at the moment, that's still a much better buy than market. We have another one here at 230 and another here at 230. Both of them going for bids, and both of them with $14.90 delivery. Not bad for Temple Forces. I mean, like I said, I think this box will do well long term. Once again, sentiment can change long term. We'll have to see what happens. Moving forward, Paldean Fates ETB. Paldean Fates was just heading upward for so long till it was just under $300. It is now retracing to $275. Most recently sold $270, and it looks like the undercutting has begun, and it continues because sales are just, they continue, but they're getting cheaper and cheaper. 280, 279, 259, 270, 260, 269, 269. So this box, even though it is a great set, it's not gonna, it's not strong enough to hold itself against the market. Nothing is really. The boxes are going to keep getting cheaper and cheaper as sales start to diminish. Once again, they're just going to keep undercutting each other. So this box may get even cheaper, and you may pick it up if it's good for you. Looking on eBay, we have one here at $275 on bids, free delivery there. That is a Pokemon Center ETB. We have a regular one here at $265 with $12 delivery. We have another one here at $310 with $5 delivery. This is a regular ETB. That is insane. It never even reached that on TCG Player. 310, well over its all-time high. 365 for the Pokemon Center ETB. We have another PC ETB here. Where's the other? $284 here for the regular ETB. 275, $10 delivery. So it looks like that 280 to 285 range is where the Paldean Fates ETB is. We do have one here on bids for $271 with $11 delivery. That's a great buy right there. That's exactly what you want from an auction. We have another one here at 240. That was a buy it now with $8 delivery. Not bad right there either. So once again, I mean, even without auctions, if you're patient enough, you could find somebody listing something here for much cheaper than what market price is. Like I said before, I say it all the time. eBay, to me, in my opinion, is a place to buy. You get to see pictures. You get to at least see different prices, and they're not stuck to just one market price. Moving on, we're going to be looking at Paradox Rift Booster Box. And this chart I love. Look at this. It was at an all-time high of $323 after this massive buyout, and the box is now back down to $253. But look at this. Most recently sold at $235. It's what this box deserves. It's not a great set, not in my opinion at least. $235, $230, $230, another $230, $230, $240. This is just within the last 2 days. $225, $240, $245. You see how the boxes just kept getting cheaper and cheaper. Yeah, this box should be like $220 in my opinion. Paradox Rift, all it has is a Groudon. I don't like too much of it inside there. I mean, the Roaring Moon is not bad. The Altaria is really nice as well. But I think this box just didn't, merit this price right here. It didn't deserve it. $300 for this box? No way. Moving on. The 151 ETB. So unlike everything else that's dropping in price, the ETB is holding up strong. It's now at $409 market price. It's staying around that area. It's just having some sideways movement, which is not bad. It's still not dipping. Most recently sold $399, $399 there, $385, $385, $385, $401, $407, $412. So the box is still moving. It's sitting right around that $400 range, but it is 151. Of course, I would assume that people have the utmost confidence of 151, especially the ETB. Looking on eBay, sold today $400. That's a PC ETB. We have another one with the best accepted offer. I would love to see what that was. Maybe it'd be like $360. That'd be nice. We have another one here at $355 on bids with $10 delivery, so $365 for a 151 ETB. That's not bad right there. We have another one here at $375 with $7 delivery. We have another one here at $380 with $16 delivery. That's pretty much a little above market. We have another one here at $375 plus $7 delivery, and another one at $365 on bids with $10 delivery. That's a great buy there. Another one here, bids, $361. $6 delivery, not bad. When we can get them on bids like this on the market, this is what you want. This is a great buy right here. 151 is going to do really well long term. I think we all already know that. Nostalgia is king. and it's going to do so well long term. We're looking at the 151 UPC now, and it is sitting at $599, $600 flat. Most recently sold was at $600. It wasn't an all-time high of $625. It did retrace to $600. Not bad for this box right here. I mean, it already appreciated so much. Like at some point, it was gonna appreciate. I mean, it was gonna correct. Like it had to. $624 for this box, and within the year, it appreciated at 186%, which is insane. Most recently sold $600. Before that, it was at 570, 595, 595, 595 again, 595, 597, 600, 695, 600, 595, 583. You know what's funny? This product is a pretty expensive one, and it's selling more than a lot of other items. You're having more sold within the last month than a lot of other items out there, which is insane to say for a product that is worth $600. That shows you how much people believe in a 151. Now we're going to go look at eBay for that product. $580 as of today, $20 on the market. $547 just as of yesterday, $50 on the market there. $570, $14 delivery, not bad. $523 with $12 delivery, not bad. But once again, guys, people are noticing that sales are slowing down, and they're starting to put prices that they're comfortable with, but still much lower than market price, just to get rid of them just like that. $523 is $80, almost $80 below market. So that's a great buy right there. We have one here at $565 with 15 bids. Not bad there. $8 delivery, $550 again with bids right here as well. $13 delivery, $5.7 with $20 delivery. So once again, the box is moving. This thing is selling. Even though it's really, really expensive, it's still moving. But once again, we're seeing sellers undercut each other because of the correction. And this is a great time to buy, not specifically this item, just any item that you want to be looking for. Right now is the time to buy. You might even want to wait. It might even get cheaper in the next month or two. Obsidian Flames booster box. It was sitting at about $330 something. There you go, $334, its all-time high. And it is now sitting at $308. And you see there, most recently sold $290. 290 most recently sold. Before that, it was 290 again, 290, 290, $263, 250, 249, 299, 294, 323. Yeah, man, there were some nice pickups there in this past week for Obsidian Flames. Once again, sellers are not investors. I say this all the time. These sellers that are here are not investors. Eventually, they will undercut each other. They need to move product. Looking on eBay now, we have one here at $290 with an acrylic. Hopefully, it's with the acrylic, making this a $260 box because the acrylics are worth $30. Not bad right there. Moving forward, one here at $280 plus $11 delivery. We have one at $292 with free shipping below market. What else do we have here? Let's see. $285, $8 delivery below market again. So yeah, eBay is always the place. eBay is the place to buy any booster box because eventually you'll run into some kind of a sale or a deal whatsoever. Moving on to Paldea Evolved. Now, Paldea Evolved unexpectedly has dropped so much. It was at an all-time high of $476. It is now sitting at $411. Most recently sold at $402. The box is going to continue to drop. $402, $402 before that, $393, $394, $401, $401, $401, $401, $402, $400, $400, $400, $405, $408. Yeah, this box has, just the last week alone has really, really dropped in price. I mean, but once again, sales were diminishing. Sellers are getting desperate. They will start undercutting each other. If the market decides to hold even more, if market just doesn't buy as much as they did in the past, this box will continue to dip below $400. That's just the way it works. It's not like I don't believe in Paldea Evolved. It is a great, great set. It is top 3 in the era, top 4 in the era, whatever you may call it. It's a great set. It's a really deep set. But if the market does not continue as it did before with all those buys, then this box will drop below $400. Now, looking on eBay, we have the half box here for $181. We have a regular box here for $250. $250, guys, free delivery That's insane. It looks a little, box looks a little messed up, but $250 for Paldea Evolved is a great buy in my opinion. We have another one here at $398 with $9 delivery, below market there. Let's see. I don't know what these look insane. $609, $590 from the same seller. Things like this just look so suspicious to me. Market is just over $400, but there was buys at almost $600 between the two. That's insane. I don't trust little listings like that. I don't even know. Sometimes eBay doesn't remove the sold listings. Sometimes they just leave them there and, you know, people get their money back. So I wouldn't trust this right here. It looks too outrageous. We have one here at $385 on bids, free delivery. That's a great buy there on the market. We have another one here at $450 with the acrylic, making this a $420 box. Not bad whatsoever. That box looks so minty. This is a box you would love to have in your collection. That's insane. That looks beautiful. Another one here at $450. The box looks like it's in really great condition, but it's, what is that, $40 over market. What else do we have here? Well, we have one at $395, and we have another one at $406 with 15 bids and $15 delivery. Both boxes look like they're in great condition. So once again, eBay is the place to buy, especially auctions. You just got to be a little patient and don't go over market price. Moving on, we're going to be looking at the Scarlet and Violet base booster box. It was at an all-time high of $247. It is now down to $237. Most recently sold at $222. 224 before that, 240, 225, 260, 230, 232, 232 again, 264, 245. I mean, we're seeing a little bit of a range here, but the box has definitely dropped from 247 to 237. That is not bad for this box right here if you want to pick it up. We have listings here at $225 with $5 delivery. You could buy this box for $230 right now on TCG Player. And on eBay, we have a sold listing here of $260. You have another one that went on bids for $242 with $3 delivery. Free delivery, I mean, $240 here. We have a best accepted offer with free delivery. Hopefully that's like $230, making it be a below market buy, which is amazing. $250 here with $12 delivery. Above market there. We have one here for $210 with $12 delivery. That is a great buy right there. That is a $222 box. Not bad right there. Once again, like I said before, as always, eBay, the place to buy. And we're seeing here how the prices don't always correlate, right? This is why we do this. The prices don't always correlate. Crown Zenith, right? Crown Zenith has flattened out. At least that's what the chart looks like, but it looks like the chart's also broken. Even in the 1 month, it looks broken. In the 1 year, it seems to be like it's flattening out at that 220 range. It's been at 220 for a little bit now. It's $222, $213 most recently sold. Let's see. We have $213. Before that, we have $228, $217, $217, $217, $217, $205. And $219. That's been it in the last week for that. Sales, once again, are still slowing down for every single product we see here. On eBay, we have one here for $187 on bids with $6 delivery. That is a great buy below market. What else do we have here? I don't know why every time I search up Crown Zenith, there's a mix of items here in the sold listings. $195 with $7 delivery. That's not such a bad buy. For Crown Zenith, it's an amazing set. $210 here with free delivery. It looks like eBay is still a bit cheaper than TCG Player. Of course, we should always continue to look on eBay. It's just going to be more affordable, right? You can make better plays here. Silver Tempest, the Silver Tempest booster box was at an all-time high of $488. It is now down to $462. And I know you guys can see this. It's the most recently sold was $420. This box has taken such a dramatic dip because of the buyout that we had before. And once again, sellers need to sell. They're going to undercut each other. $420 as of today. Before that, $420, $421, $420, $460, $460, $460, $460, $460. And that's really been most of the stuff for this past week. But as we look at the listings, we'll see there is another listing here for $410 with $10 shipping and another for $415 with $5 shipping. So $420 listings are popping up for Silver Tempest. That is not really bad. Once again, the Lugia is one of the best alt arts ever created. Like, it's such a good card. It's so good, and it's the reason why Silver Tempest is going to do well long term. Looking on eBay, we have one here that I don't know what's going on here. It has a slash, best accept our offered, best offer accepted, but with no bids. So we don't have an actual number on this box right here. We'll keep going. $455 on 16 bids, $15 delivery. TCG player is still cheaper than this. And the box looks a bit damaged. I would have not bought that. This is why you need to educate yourself and do your homework. And once again, we're looking at that other account. Shop Chow, 100% positive feedback, but they're having sales at over like $200 over market, and I don't understand how this is happening right now. These must be fake sales, in my opinion. That's what I think. $490 here with 15 bids, $5 delivery. That's a great buy right there. Actually, no, right? We were at 420. That is not a great buy. That's above market, but the box does look really nice though. It does look really nice. $420 right here. This is what we're looking for. Here we go. Free delivery with that. Not bad right there. Once again, the same store, Shop Chow, $660. I will remember that name. I'll tell you that. $450, $30 over market plus, not over market, lowest listed at least, and $15 delivery on top of that. That's not such a great buy in my opinion. $480 for this one on bids. That's insane. $371 on bids with $15 delivery. That is a great buy from Canada. Not so bad right there. $392 with $15 delivery. Once again, a nice buy from Canada. What else do we have? $400 here and $430. So that's not so bad. $430 is not so bad. $10 over market. It is a Sword and Shield box that's not going to get reprinted anymore, and it will continue to appreciate over time. Moving forward, Lost Origin is another one that got bought out at some point. I mention this every time because you have to. It's the reason why I got to $808, right? There was nothing below $900 available. The box is now $790 market price. And if we look at the most recently listed, we'll see $730 across the board for the all the sales this week. $730 for all the sales this week, and we're continuing to seeing more and more listings drop below $730. You see it right here. There's one at $708. $708 for the Lost Origin booster box that not so long ago had listings at only $900 and above. So great time for Lost Origin. Great price right now for you to grab it. At least if you can afford it. It's still really expensive, but if you could grab it and it's a good price for you, there it is. eBay sold for $700 and $7 delivery. Not a bad buy for Lost Origin. Of course, once again, things are getting cheaper. $854 with $51 delivery from the UK. That's insane. That is a horrible buy. We have, what is that? Brilliant Stars, $1,250. I'm sorry, I usually would skip it, but why does that say $1,250? That's insane. Oh my gosh, this guy is just buying things with his eyes closed. That's crazy. $730 here. Sold yesterday on eBay. Free delivery. Just like the lowest listed on TCG Player. A lot of two for $1,555. That's like $775 for the pair. You're above market there still. So that's not such a great buy. But the boxes do look minty. So that could actually do well long term. $865 here with $36 delivery from Italy. I continue to see shipping from Italy. I don't understand why people are buying from Italy. We have better listings here within the US. It doesn't make any sense to me, but we'll continue. We have another one here. That's Brilliant Stars. Why is Brilliant? These listings are insane. Sold listings. Another one at $690 free delivery. Not bad there for Lost Origin. Not bad. Moving forward, we're going to be looking at Astral Radiance. Of course, Astral Radiance has been really slow for Astral Radiance. It had one nice boom earlier this year where a lot of the box got bought. And in the last like 3 months, there hasn't been much happening whatsoever. This chart looks so dull. But the box is sitting at $411. I would assume at some point these sellers are going to start undercutting each other, and actually they already are. $380 here, another $380 listing there. I mean, if people aren't really looking at this box, if they continue to ignore it, they'll just keep listing it for even less. We're going to be moving on to Brilliant Stars. Brilliant Stars keeps getting talked up by everyone, right? It's a great box, but it seems like people just aren't believing in it as much as they do with Lost Origin, Fusion, and Evolving Skies. It's having a hard time keeping up, right? It's really sitting in that middle of the pack, but it's being pushed so much as if it was one of the top sets in the era. Now, it is a great set. I do believe it's a great set. The Charizard is amazing. That trainer gallery is absolutely stacked. Those Umbreons look amazing. The Sylveons look amazing. There's so much in this set. It is a really good set in my opinion. But the market isn't accepting it as such. They're not reaching that lost origin price point. It's not there. It has now retraced from $550 down to $490 market price. Most recently sold at $498, 483, 470, 490, 475, and that's been it for the past week. But listings below $500, guys. It's been a while for Brilliant Stars. You have another listing here at $478 with $13 shipping, really making this $491 right there at market price. So we'll see what happens if the market once again does not buy. They will continue to undercut each other and it'll get even cheaper. Brilliant Stars, as of today, $435 on bids with $18 delivery. Well below market. That is a great buy for a box like Brilliant Stars. What else do we have here? 600 up. That's the same shop. Shop Chow, $680. It's insane. $490 here on bids, right at market price. It's not horrible, especially since the box has dropped down to that 490 point. $240 here for Brilliant Stars. No feedback. Can't trust that. We have another one here for $495. Buy it now, free delivery. We have another one here for $480 free delivery. That's not bad right there. So that price really is correlating from TCG Player over to eBay. The prices have dropped to below $500 or just at $500. Brilliant Stars has come down a bit with this lull or correction. Not so bad for Brilliant Stars. A great time to buy that. Moving forward, Fusion Strike. The Fusion Strike booster box was at $1,000. It was actually at $1,032. It is now down to $993. Most recently sold at $974, $973 before that, $974. And that's really been it for the week. There hasn't been much more going on with this box because it's so expensive. Once again, the box becomes so expensive. The pool of people that can afford the box just starts getting smaller and smaller. But it is Fusion Strike, and it is a really, really expensive box. It's at $1,000. Looking on eBay now, we have one here sold today at $875 with $14 delivery. We have another here at $950 with the acrylic, making it a $920 box. Well below market. At least it's a pretty nice amount below market with a box like Fusion Strike. We have another one here at $927 with $22 delivery, still below market there. We have one here at $880 and $8 delivery. That's like $100 and something below market. That's not bad there whatsoever. People just, once again, sales are slowing down. People want their money now. $900 here with $11 delivery. Once again, below market. We have one here at $950. So we're seeing on eBay, people are undercutting each other much faster than on TCG Player. And that's actually what I like about eBay. It's not like TCG Player. You don't have something specifically directing you, telling you what price it should be listed at. And so you have this free market, I would say. I mean, they're all free markets, but not like this one. This one is eBay is just so much better to buy. For a buyer, it's so much better in my opinion. Moving on to celebrations, the ETB is now sitting at $240. Most recently sold at $225. It has come down from that recent $250 high. It had an all-time high of, what was it, like 270 or something like that, 263. It is now at 240. Most recently sold at 225, 232 before that, 232, 225, 232, 244, and 250 for a whole bunch of these at 244 as well. Celebrations is pulling back a little bit. I mean, we're still not at the anniversary. Next year, the 30th anniversary. By then, the box should pick up a little more. But at the moment, it's not going to be moving much, right? Looking on eBay, we have one here for $222 on 15 bids with $6 delivery. Not a bad buy right there, below market. $346 here on one bid. That looks a little weird. Why would somebody buy that? $232 on bids with $15 delivery. $205 with $3. I mean, with 3 bids, $8 delivery. $276 there. That's expensive. $230 with free delivery, not bad. $230 on bids with $12 delivery. $240 with $10 delivery. $230 here with $11 delivery. I mean, eBay's pretty close to that market price, right? Especially on bids. But once again, if you're going for auctions, buy cheaper. Don't push it up to market price. It makes no sense. If it's an ego thing, please take your time. Go have a glass of water or something and come back to it. Moving on to Evolving Skies. The Evolving Skies is still sitting at $2,579. It has been pretty sideways. It's been pretty flat for the last month, maybe a little over a month and a half, maybe. Most recently sold though at $2,300. As of a few days ago, 2,300, 2,405 before that, and all the others were more on last week, on the same date that I did the market analysis last week, at $2,600. We have one listed here we see at $2,300. So even Evolving Skies, people start undercutting each other at some point. I thought there was listings here, but it's fine. We're going to move on to eBay. We have one here on bids for $2,472 with $117 delivery from the UK. Now, one thing I will say is that this box looks incredibly minty. I am not surprised that they pushed the bids up on this box because of how minty it looks. And Evolving Skies, I know people are gonna want to hold it so that it can, reach something of like $10,000 per booster box at some point in the future, and they're gonna want the mintiest box out there. We have another one here that looks really immaculate as well for $2,335 on bids with $41 from Germany. It is an English box with an acrylic display, and the reason why they're doing that is because I saw this earlier. The same person listing it listed another one that was German, so we'll ignore that one. But $2,335 with $41 delivery, not bad. This is insane. It looks so immaculate. This one looks so good. But yeah, still getting cheaper though on the eBay side of things. We have another one here for $2,400. What else do we have here? Let's see. It's Evolving Skies, even though it's expensive, it's still moving. It's not moving incredibly fast because of the price point, but it's still moving. We have a lot of empty boxes here. We have one here at 500. This does not seem legit. I don't know what's up with that. That doesn't make any sense, but we have one here at $2,350 on bids, free delivery. So I guess the cheapest you can get it is TCG Player at the moment. We're not seeing anything under $2,300, and TCG Player surprisingly is the place to go to buy Evolving Skies. That'll be that. Moving forward, Chilling Reign. Chilling Reign is now sitting at $536, coming down from its all-time high of $577. It's been retracing for the last few weeks now. Most recently sold at $480. Is it an actual box? It is. $480 as of yesterday. $486 before that, $482, and those have been the only 3 sales in the past week. Now, these guys are still undercutting each other. We have boxes listed here for $480, and we have another one here at $487. So this box will continue to drop because we're seeing the listings, they're undercutting each other, and that's just where it's going. Once again, we have this one suspicious account selling for $660. Chilling Reign, that looks fake to me. We have one here at $420 with $4 delivery. Only 4 feedback, and the box plastic looks horrible. I don't know what's going on with these listings here on eBay. They look kind of crazy. I don't understand what's happening. Let's see if we found another box. This is the other one I saw, which was an immense buy. Like, this is crazy. $646 on bids with $15 delivery for both a Journey Together Enhanced Booster Box and a Chilling Reign Booster Box. If you took this Journey Together Booster Box at market price, which is $260, you're gonna have a under $400 box of Chilling Reign. Like, that is insane. Like, either way, no matter how you slice it, no matter how you cut it, they're getting both of these for under market. This is a great buy. I definitely wanted to make sure to show this one. That was a nice one. $500 here with $12 delivery, $510 here with $7 delivery, $500 there, free delivery, $465 with free delivery. Once again, Chilling Reign, things are not moving. People will undercut. They'll sell for cheaper. And this account, Shop Chow, I would tell you guys to be aware that it just keeps popping up. I don't know. Very suspicious. $380 here. Is that legit? That's insane. 380 with $7 delivery for Chilling Rain, and it looks really, really good. It looks like it's in really good condition. Not bad for Chilling Rain. We're moving on to Battle Styles. Battle Styles has continued to retrace just a bit. It was at $288. It is now down to $273 with the most recently sold at $260. Before that, we were at $260 again, and those are the only two sales for the week. So we'll probably see this box continue to get undercut. As we can see here, we have a listing up here at $250 with $8 shipping because sales are diminishing. These people, well, they want to move product. Once again, they're not investors. They are sellers. They will undercut. Now, last but not least, is Vivid Voltage. It is now at $251. It was in an all-time high of $256. It has retraced $5, just like it was there last week. Most recently sold at $245. I would imagine this box isn't moving so much. Two sales, two wholesales in the last week. So the box is sitting at $251. So we're seeing a lot of what we saw last week. This week, corrections, things getting cheaper, just boxes being a little more affordable, but sales continue to diminish. And so with that, we leave you on this video. I hope you guys found value here. I'll see you guys in the next one. Stay safe out there. Peace.